Twitch shamelessly. Oh, wow. Twitch and being shameless. What a surprise. Can you believe this? Twitch is being shameless and they're stealing money from people for their sponsorships. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're testing new experiences to connect streamers and brands by making sponsored streams easier to work for our community. We're in the early stages of seeing what works, but we want to give you a sneak peek. This month, you may start seeing sponsored streams, including streamer-read ads, support streamers in delivering branded talking points live across multiple streams. This test is in part ongoing work to help streamers deliver ads natively in-stream themselves, okay? Sub codes that let brands pay for subs and share the codes with viewers off Twitch. Viewers redeem the codes on Twitch and receive tokens that they can use to subscribe to their favorite channels. Cool. Sponsored gifted subs allows brands to buy and gift subs and chat to viewers at scale. With both, we're testing new ways for brands to fuel streamer earnings. Sponsored sub discounts will offer sub-timber like discounts for subscriptions on individual channel subs. Just like September, brands sponsor these discounts, allowing streamers to receive the regular payout for subs, even though viewers pay a reduced rate. That's pretty nice. All these very early experiments with the goal of finding what works best for streamers, depending on the feedback. Okay, and so let's see what the comments are. Well, that doesn't look good at all. I don't think she likes it. No, I was going to stop to read this. No, thanks. I manage sponsorships and the income personally derive on that work myself. Cute idea, though. While this makes things more streamlined for some people, it honestly sounds like you're just trying to take a cut from sponsored content, unless I'm misreading something. Doubling down on 50-50 split right now makes Twitch feel out of touch with partners and affiliates that have longevity on the site, although it's hard to see what these values will be. Twitch should focus on expanding Twitch Turbo. I definitely agree with this. Increasing sub revenue split. Definitely agree with this. Increasing bit rate. I mostly agree with this. Better viewer. Yeah, this is what they need. Absolutely, these things matter. Why do I want to give 50% of my sponsorship money to Twitch? This confused me greatly. So, hopefully they won't be mad. Twitch talked to me about this feature, and I gave them feedback and consulted with them about it. It has nothing to do with taking streamers' existing subs and existing sponsorships. It has literally nothing to do with it. I'm not going to explain anymore because, like, you know. But, yeah. It has nothing to do with it. That seems obvious? Yeah, it's completely separate. Trust me, bro? Trust me, bro, or wait and see. Whichever one you prefer. I'm not going to explain, but no. I mean, like, listen. Like, maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe they lied to me. Maybe they're going to take everybody's sponsorship money. Maybe that's going to happen. But that's not what I talked to them about. That's not what they said. That's got nothing to do with it. And I highly doubt that's what they're going to do. There's a reason why people ask me to, like, do stuff. It's because I don't just go and run my mouth about all the little details about it. I could explain, like, everything about it, but in general, I think it's a good idea. I do. And I again, if it comes out and it's bad, I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot, right? So let's wait and see. And if I look like a fucking idiot, it won't be the first time and it won't be the last. But yeah, that's not what it is. I will tell you this. If they were taking sponsorship money, I would say like 80% probably move to another platform, probably kick. Like, if they started taking, like, sponsorship money for sponsors that I did on my stream that I got on my own. Like, I would say like 80, 90, probably 100%. If they started actually doing that. Like, I don't like to ever write blank checks, but, like, yeah. Absolutely. This is the first step, and there's more to come. I think I'll let them explain. Yeah, that's really what I would say. I'll let them explain. A lot of words from Twitch, just to be middleman for getting money for nothing. That's actually not true. So a lot of people think that it's money for nothing. So I think a lot of people that building and developing a relationship with a brand and a partner takes a lot of time and effort and just Like, not just time in terms of that specific deal, but time in terms of, like, building trust. And if Twitch is able to create that, the value that they provide is not having to worry about talking to the brand, interacting with the brand, emailing back and forth, negotiating a price, figuring out a time, deciding on deliverables. There are a million fucking things that you don't have to do. Like, I have an agent and they get a percentage of the money that I make. And you know what? I think that's fucking great because I never have to talk to them. If there's a problem, it gets solved. It's totally fucking fine. So you can say that being a middleman is getting money for nothing, but I don't think that's true at all. Doing a lot of this work and making it easier for other people is actually a tremendous value. And again, you might think that it's nothing, but you can't look at value as an object. Value is sometimes intangible, like the time that you spend doing something that somebody else doesn't have to spend doing it. That's why, for example, pre-built computers sell well. That's also another reason why people pay for oil changes. It's the reason why people pay other people to mow their lawn. And again, it's a mixture of peace of mind, expertise, and opportunity cost. So you don't have to worry about it being done incorrectly or something going wrong whenever somebody else is contracted to do it. Number two, it sometimes is just cheaper to do that overall than spending your time. That's the opportunity cost. And also, you're not stressed out about it. I think I just made one point twice, but overall, there's a lot of advantages that, you don't have to spend the time investing into doing this. You can do what you're good at, and then somebody else can do what they're good at. Like a video editor, I think that's another example for that. Or, buying vegetables at the store. You could grow them in your backyard. Absolutely. A lot of people do. Some people grow certain vegetables in their backyard. But there is a lot of people that don't, and they just go to the store and they buy them. So I think that providing that type of a value is extremely important and helps out a lot. So yeah, that's why services can be immensely valuable. Yeah, I know. Guess how bad the split's gonna be though? Let's assume it's 50-50, okay? Which I don't know what they're going to do on the back end. And I really mean this. I have no idea. I think it probably depends on each individual deal. There's probably a million different variables. So if it's 50-50, and this person, let's say they make $5,000, and the brand and Twitch makes $5,000. If this person is able to do something that is relatively no effort, low lift for them, and this person says, hey, do you want to make $5,000 and I'll make $5,000? I created this opportunity. You take advantage of it and we'll split the money. Well, I think that's totally fair. Because if a streamer isn't happy with that price, they can go and try to find the price somewhere else. They can, hire an agent to try to curate a better deal. They can just simply not choose to do it. So I actually don't think the percentage matters really all that much. What really matters is, like, is it valuable and is it useful for that individual person? So, for example, like, there's a lot of people that doing something for 50% would not be good, but there are some people that it would be good for them because they simply don't want to put any effort into it at all, and all they have to do is click a button, something pops up on the screen, or it's some sort of fucking advertisement, and they don't have to worry at all. So the value that creates is not a defined number. And I think the best thing about having and I think this is a free market, because Twitch is not saying that you can't have your own sponsorships with this. They're not saying that at all. So you can curate a sponsorship for the exact same thing at a higher price point if you choose to. There's no market control. There's nothing. Like, this is completely fair. So yeah, it matters. You don't see a big picture. From now on, all companies are not going to contact streamers anymore for paid sponsorship. They'll just go to Twitch because it's easier, and Twitch will reach out to the streamer, and Twitch gets free money because that's what's happening. Everyone's going to go to them. Well, thank you very much, Mr. 47, I think 47 followers or something like that. That's not true. How do we know that's not true? Because bounties are for video games, and streamers still get bounties for video. They still get sponsorships for video games. So, like, just by using your own logic, it doesn't even make sense. So we already have this existing already, but that's not happening. So then what's the problem? And also, think about it from the business's perspective. Okay, let's look at this logically. All right. So, let's see here. Let's say $10,000, $5,000 to Twitch, $5,000 to streamer. Okay, and then second one is going to be $8,000, and let's say it's going to be $6,000 to streamer, $2,000 to agent. Which one do you think? Which one do you think the brand is going to want to go with? Do you think they're going to want to go with paying $10,000? Or do you think they're going to want to go with paying $8,000? Well, they're going to want to pay with $8,000. So that means that if Twitch is taking a large enough percentage, and that percentage becomes so bad that people are seeking deals independently and not taking Twitch's deals, again, this is a free market, by the way. Isn't it great? People can just simply curate them themselves. Isn't that nice? Why are you saying it's ethical for Twitch to take 50% sponsor money, but you never pay your agent or editor 50% of profits? Well, come on, bro. I think that there would be a lot of things that I would be willing to go 50-50 on people, with people on. Absolutely. It just depends on what it is. And also because it depends on what the deal is. Also, you don't know how much my agents get, and you also don't know how much my editors get. So I find that to be very interesting that you somehow know more about this than anybody else publicly. The reason why it's ethical is because you are entering into the contract voluntarily. Do you understand that? So it's ethical because you chose to take the deal at that price. It's a mutual agreement that was arrived upon between adults that are consenting to the deal. That's not how it works. Okay, so how do you think it works? Take our deal or fuck off is not ethical. There's no room for negotiation here. There's no room for negotiation at Walmart. There's no room for negotiation at many services and many prices. Negotiation is not mandatory for something to be ethical. That is insane. It doesn't make any sense. No more direct partnerships allowed, only Twitch though? Where did that come from? Where did Twitch say that? Rules out sponsored content out of the platform. Where did Twitch say that? Wouldn't it depend on experience, considering the considerable amount of consumer protections available, depending on the country? Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Like a box store, I never said they say it. I guess it can happen. Well, yeah, Twitch can also ban people for, like, I don't know, they can ban people for playing a video game. Like, they could say tomorrow, like, anybody who's playing League is fucking banned. Like, what ifs? Like, I don't want to deal with what ifs. How is it financially beneficial for Twitch to do that? It's not. It doesn't make sense. It's bottom line deal with streamers. What's this here with connections and stuff? Can look elsewhere for jobs, like looking at Wendy's, like looking for a better job. I could have interpreted it wrong, though. It's a bottom line deal for streamers. Yeah, it is. I assume that you could probably get many better deals if you did it on your own with your agents. Sure. Absolutely. But I think that a lot of people might vastly underestimate being able to click a button for a bounty and then instantly make money with no strings attached, no contracts signed, no meetings done, no debrief needed. You just simply do it and that's it. That is an extremely high, massive fucking value. And if you don't understand why that is a value, then I would encourage you to go and seek them out yourself, because maybe that's what you should do. But it's a lot more. Yes, it's more work. It is. Yeah, absolutely the best part of being a partner, no doubt. Yeah, there you go. People are concerned that direct sponsorships will pick the Twitch option over them. It would be value or KPI for sponsors. Maybe they should do better. Yeah, more for small streamers that can't make the deal with companies like McDonald's on their own. Yeah, and that's why I think it's, I thought it was a good idea. This could also benefit streamers. Oh, it's massively beneficial for streamers. I think this is a very good thing for streamers. There are a lot of people who are, and I can understand why. Twitch has a very bad public reputation. They just recently cut people's earnings from 70% to 50%. So big surprise, they announced that we're going to be doing partnerships for people, and everybody's like, well, fuck you. You're going to steal our money again. Why do they think that? Because that's what Twitch has been doing. It makes sense. It's not crazy at all. Yeah, and they also don't take half your tips. You're getting more than 50% technically. Yeah, of course you are. You could also make getting Twitch sponsor more accessible for smaller streamers, and bigger streamers would be getting them elsewhere. Yeah, exactly. And I'll explain why it's better for smaller streamers than it is for bigger streamers. I think bigger streamers, this isn't really going to change anything except for maybe ease of access for certain people that are super lazy. So let's say you're an agent. So most agents operate on percentage, right? So that means that they get paid anywhere between, it can be like 10% to like 30, 40% based off of what the deals are. There's a lot of nuances in that. I don't want to get into it. But the point is that it's somewhere between there. And could be, 5% is rare, but it does exist depending on what the deal is. So, especially if there are 7 or 8 figure deals, sometimes 5% do happen, in my experience. And again, somebody might have different experience. So the point is that, let's say if you're a streamer and you have 10,000 viewers and you're making $100,000. Okay, actually, if you have 10,000 viewers making way more than $100,000, let's say you're making $250,000. Okay, so you're making $250,000 a year. Let's say the agent makes 10% of that. That's $25,000, right? Very simple. So that's the agent payout. And so let's say you're a smaller streamer and you have 131 average viewers, okay? Or sorry, 121. We'll do 131 average viewers. And the amount of money that you make per year is 36,000. Let's say like 15,000. No, $13,000. Let's make it simple. $13,000. You do it part-time and that's it. Agent payout, let's say they're getting 10% of that, $1,300. Do you think that somebody is going to want to work year-round for a $1,300 payout? No. So that's why a lot of smaller streamers don't have agents, and they're not represented. Now, Twitch solves this problem with bounties, and bounties are tremendously valuable for small streamers. Bounties make the difference between streamers that are smaller being able to pay rent and not pay rent. And that's something that's curated and created by Twitch. So, agents have multiple streamers too. They do have multiple streamers, but inside of every, and you're right. So like you can min-max that to an extent, but you can't min-max it to where it's like a one-size-fits-all. You have to do individual deals. It's very boring. I've dealt with this. Like, think about it, right? Like, I've done this for so long. Like, I actually know a pretty good amount about this. So, this is massive. And I think that this is why it's going to be massively beneficial for small streamers. I think that for small and mid-sized streamers, this change could be, I think it could be unironically life-changing for them. In the same way that bounties were unironically life-changing for multiple streamers. So I'm very much in support of this in the way that I understand it. And I hope Twitch rolls it out in a way that's fair to everybody. As I said, I consulted with them on this. I don't want to talk about the details because I want them to keep asking me. But I'm in complete support of this based off of my understanding of it and also based off of what their public explanation of it is. So there we go. Pretty much great for everyone except the agents. Well, it's actually also fine for the agents. The reason why it's fine for the agents is because the agents are never going to be getting this money anyway. If you're a 130 viewer average streamer, you don't probably have an agent. So it doesn't really matter. You see what I'm saying? Let's consider a small streamer with viewership. It depends. So the agents aren't necessarily losing money. Now, you could make an argument that advertising budgets could be allocated differently, but oftentimes advertising budgets are mostly top heavy, meaning that, like, you know, you're advertising with like a few larger streamers that can convert, you know, sales well versus a handful, you know, like just a million other people. If Twitch makes it easy for companies to get sponsorships, they can cut agent out of the middle. No. Not necessarily, because a lot of larger sponsorships are very nuanced, and there's a lot that goes on behind that. So you're right that obviously for smaller streamers this is true, but whenever you have a much larger streamer that's creating like a deal, like for example, like I did the RuneScape sponsorship a couple of years ago. That was a complex deal. I did the New World sponsorship. That was a complex deal that things went back and forth on multiple times. And, you know, they were, everybody, like, I've never had a sponsorship with the people at the end of it were not very happy about it. But, like, the nuances of that happen a lot. And they become, like, very bespoke and, you know, personalized whenever you have, like, a larger content creator. And I think that's it. Still talking about this? Yeah, I am. It's interesting to me. Because you're massive? Exactly, and that's why agents are not going to be afraid of this. That's why it doesn't hurt agents. That's exactly why. Saying some agents will end up losing revenue due to this, but for creators, it's mostly all positives. Yeah, I mean, I think that that could probably happen. I can't say that no agent will ever lose revenue off of it. I can say that probably, you know, like my guy probably would not. I'll tell you that. It's probably not going to happen.